Boys and girls, our reading target today is I can recognize characteristics of persuasive text with adult assistance and state what the author is trying to persuade the reader to think or do. So today we're going to talk about what it means to persuade. We've kind of talked about it before when we've talked about author's purpose, but we're going to go over it again, and we're really going to focus on persuasive books and different types of persuasive media, like things we might see on TV or on a website, and we're going to talk about why different authors or businesses try to persuade you and how they try to persuade you. So to start off, to persuade means that somebody's trying to convince someone to do something. They're trying to make you believe in something or change your mind. So some words that help us understand what persuade means are like convince. They're trying to make you believe. They're trying to influence you or sway you to believe a certain thing. So we're going to look at a book today. We're going to listen to a story called I Wanna Iguana. And we're going to look to see how these characters are trying to persuade someone in the book to do something. Now, when someone tries to persuade you, they want you to do a certain thing. So think about when somebody has tried to persuade you maybe to buy something or to get something, or you've seen something on TV and you're thinking, oh, I really want that. Can you think of something? Yeah, I bet you can. I know sometimes whenever I see something on TV, it might be food or something nice, I might say, oh, I really do want that. And then it's causing me to want to go buy that, or even in a book or a magazine. You know, there's different types of ways that people or businesses try to persuade you. So in this book called I Wanna Iguana, this is the front cover of it. We're going to make a prediction of what we think the characters are going to do in this book and how they're going to try to persuade other people. So I want you to think of or make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen in this story when we're talking about persuading someone? What do you think? That's a good one. I'm going to put my prediction. I predict, since it's called I Wanna Iguana, the little boy is going to maybe try to convince his mom to buy him an iguana at the store. Have you ever wanted something before and you try to convince or persuade your mom to get it for you? I bet you have. There's different ways that you might try to get your mom to buy you something, give her reasons, or try to convince her and tell her why it's a good thing to buy. Well, in this book, I predict the little boy. Remember, a prediction is kind of like your guess of what you know, is going to we'll say persuade his mom to buy him an iguana at the store. That's my prediction. I haven't read the story yet, but I'm making a prediction based on the title, what I know, and what I know about persuading people, okay? So we're going to read this story, and as we read, we're going to state different characteristics of ways the author used or the character used to persuade maybe his mom or his dad or grandma to maybe buy him an iguana. I'm making a prediction. I'm not sure if that's what this book is going to be about, but we're going to list the characteristics because that's what our target is. We're going to list characteristics of a persuasive text, and we're going to state what the author is trying to persuade the reader to think or do, or even what the character is trying to persuade the other character to do something in the book. Okay, so let's listen to this story.
I Wanna Iguana by Karen Hoffman Orloff, illustrated by David Catra. Dear Mom, I know you don't think I should have Mikey Gulligan's baby iguana when he moves, but here's why I should. If I don't take it, he's going to Stinky, and Stinky's dog, Lurch, will eat it. You don't want that to happen, do you? Signed, your sensitive son, Alex. Dear Alex, I'm glad you're so compassionate, but I doubt that Stinky's mother will let Lurch into the iguana's cage. Nice try, though. Love, Mom. See? Dear Mom, Did you know that iguanas are really quiet? And they're cute too. I think they're much cuter than hamsters. Love, your adorable son, Alex. Dear Alex, tarantulas are quiet too, but I wouldn't want one as a pet. By the way, that iguana of Mikey's is uglier than Godzilla. Just thought I'd mention it. Love, Mom. Dear Mom, you would never even have to see the iguana. I'll keep his cage in my room on the dresser next to my soccer trophies. Plus, he's so small, I bet you'll never even know he's there. Love, a zillion and one kisses. Alex. Dear Alex, iguanas can grow to be over 6 feet long. You won't have enough space in your whole room, much less on your dresser, with or without your trophies. Love, Mom.
So far, what do you notice how they're trying to convince each other? What do you notice that they're trying to do? Right. Alex is giving Mom all these reasons why having an iguana is a good pet. He told her things like they're quiet, they're cute, which is an opinion. Um, he says you wouldn't ever see it. I would put it somewhere safe. They're very small. And then he tries to convince her and say a zillion kisses and signs his name. He's doing all those things to try to persuade her to change her mind. And then Mom's saying no, and she's giving these reasons. What are some reasons Mom is saying no? Right. She's saying that she doesn't really want a pet and that iguanas can grow to be 6 feet long, and she's not okay with that. So basically, what they're doing in this text is they're trying to persuade each other. They're trying to get each other to change each other's minds by giving reasons. And that's what a lot of authors do or characters do in a book. And even in real life, whenever we're thinking about how others are trying to persuade us to do something, they're giving us these reasons why it's the best or why we should believe that. Very good. Let's continue watching.
Dear Mom, it takes 15 years for an iguana to get that big. Mikey told me. I'll be married by then and probably living in my own house. Love, your smart and mature kid, Alex. Dear Alex, how are you going to get a girl to marry you when you own a 6-foot-long reptile? Love, your concerned mother. Dear Mom, forget the girl. I need a new friend now. This iguana can be the brother I've always wanted. Love, your lonely child, Alex. Dear Alex, you have a brother. Love, Mom. Dear Mom, I know I have a brother, but he's just a baby. What fun is that? If I had an iguana, I could teach it tricks and things. Ethan doesn't do tricks. He just burps and poops. Love, grossed out Alex. Dear Alex, how do I know you're ready for a pet? Remember what happened when you took home the class fish? Love, Mom. Dear Mom, if I knew the fish was going to jump into the spaghetti sauce, I never would have taken the cover off the jar. Love, your son who has learned his lesson. P.S. Iguanas don't like spaghetti. Dear Alex, let's say I let you have the iguana on a trial basis. What exactly would you do to take care of it? Love, Mom. Dear Mom, I would feed him every day. He eats lettuce. And I would make sure he had enough water. And I would clean his cage when it got messy. Love, responsible Alex. P.S. What's a trial basis? Dear Alex, a trial basis means Dad and I see how well you take care of him for a week or two before we decide if you can have him forever. Remember, Stinky and Lurch are waiting. Love, Mom. P.S. If you clean his cage as well as you clean your room, you're in trouble. Dear Mom, I'll really try to clean my room and the iguana's cage. Also, listen to this. I'll pay for the lettuce with my allowance. I mean, How much can one baby iguana eat anyway? Love, Alex, the financial wizard. Are you sure you want to do this, Alex? Yes, Mom. I wanna iguana. Please.
Okay, so far they've given each other a lot of reasons why it's the best idea. Some reasons that Alex is saying is he says it'll be a new friend for him. He'll teach it tricks, and he'll learn how to feed him. And then he keeps signing his name with these convincing words like he's responsible, he's smart, he's mature. Why do you think he's saying all those things when he signs his name? Right. He's trying to persuade his mom to believe that he's the best person to have an iguana because he's very responsible and he's able to do all these things. Then mom is writing back and trying to persuade Alex and telling him, well, I don't think this is a good idea. And she's giving him all these facts, like, remember what happened to your class fish? You need to clean his cage, and telling him all these reasons why she doesn't think it's the best idea. But here now she's saying, are you sure you want to do this, Alex? What do you think? What do you predict is going to happen next? You think she's going to maybe get him an iguana? He's giving her all these good reasons, isn't he? And that's what happens in a persuasive text. It has a lot of reasons why that's the best thing, and they give you examples of reasons and things like that. And that's exactly what Alex is doing. Let's continue reading to find out what happens at the end.
Dear Alex, look on your dresser. Love, Mom. Yes! Thank you! Thank you!
So at the end, what do you notice happened at the end of this story? Right. Mom ended up getting him the iguana. At first, she kept saying no when she was listing all these reasons. Why do you think she changed her mind? What caused mom to change her mind? Right. Alex was giving her all these great reasons why having an iguana would be great. Characteristics that were used in the text. He was giving her reasons. Alex was giving mom reasons why getting an iguana would be the best. And some reasons why were they would be quiet, cute. We'll put tricks, teach the iguana tricks. I'm just putting a few ideas here. He would learn how to feed him. All of those are the reasons that Alex was giving. And then mom said they would grow too big. She didn't want a pet at first. Clean the cage. All of those are reasons that they were going back and forth. And in a persuasive text, that's what the author or characters do. They use these different characteristics to try to persuade you. So these next few days, we're actually going to be reading a few persuasive texts where some characters are trying to persuade other characters to believe or do something. And then we're actually going to be looking at some real life situations where you might see something on TV, or when you're driving your car on the side of the road, you might see a big sign where somebody's trying to persuade you to do something. Those are called advertisements or billboards, maybe even brochures that when you go somewhere, they give you a paper with all the great ideas of why that's a great place. All of those have to do with persuading somebody. So we're going to be really working on learning how different people or even characters in books persuade others to try to do something. So in this book, the character was trying to persuade his mom to buy him the iguana. So I want you now to go ahead and get on Seesaw and answer some questions about what we read today. Tomorrow we're going to read another persuasive text, and we'll be ready for that since we learned all about persuasive text today. Okay, good job today, and I'll see you tomorrow.